trying to do here. We're trying to create a strategic plan, which we started, I believe, in 2023-ish for, and hoping to get it finished. I'm not going through the background. We'll just real quick, results of the stakeholder identification, we went over that. We did a corporate culture survey. These are the results. You recall that. We did a project matrix last year, which I sent out a new one. I got one back so far. That's it. That was due by February 1st. We talked about core values. We identified our core values from a list of suggestions that we have here. And this was what we came up with. Integrity, ethical, safety, honesty, efficiency for the members. So today, and we have to go, May's have to leave at like 20 after. We're going to look at SWOT analysis, which is to help the organization develop a full awareness of all the factors involved in making decisions, identifying goals and objectives. Who's done one of these before? Okay, good. You guys should all be team leaders here. The three of you that raise your hands. So the strengths is what are our strengths? Weaknesses, obviously, what are our weaknesses? And that pretty much has to do with internal. The external, what opportunities do we have outside of the, in our community that will that we can plan on doing, like let's say redevelopment or certain area, whatever, try to be specific. We have what threats are there that are going to prevent us from achieving our goals and objectives. So then after we get this finished, we're not going to have time to do it today, I don't think, but we're going to do a vision, a mission statement, and we're off. Okay, and then I'll rate it all up and whatnot, and we'll go from there. We'll do objectives, goals, things like that once we figure out what we're going to, what our priorities are. So with that said, Rick, you want to grab that color? There's red, there's purple, there's blue. And what you're going to do, you're going to work together. Mace, you want to go with Rick? So you can work together and write down some on your paper that I gave you. And then after that's all finished, you're going to identify the most important ones, probably 3. Put it on your sticky note and we're going to put it up there. So first things first, we're going to identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Are we supposed to break up into groups?
Yeah, Nanette, you want to go with them?
Now, do we have any of the information from when we did this last year?
It's all in the PowerPoint slides. We didn't do the SWOT analysis. What?
Yeah, we did. But we all came with our, we all had a
Yeah, that was
different
a corporate, that was not the SWOT. Trust me, it wasn't the SWOT.
But I remember what you're saying.
No,
we did the mission
Yeah.
statement and whatnot.
Yeah,
That's what she brought words in the application.
Okay.
That was the result of the corporate values brainstorming session that we had. That's what we did the
Right.
last time.
We're red.
So, Carl, you want to grab a team? So one team will have 2 on it.
We,
Steve, did you have your name? Do you want to go?
I know, we're red, sure.
And who wants to go with Carl? Carl and
I'll take a volunteer.
You there, chief?
How are you?
Joe,
Good,
you
how
want
you
to go
doing?
with Carl?
Whatever you want.
And you want to go over there? Anybody have any questions before you start?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Okay,
We just
so
write it
I'll
on
go
there.
over again, write it down first. You can all take turns, brainstorm, whatever, write down what you all think your strengths are,
On here
what
and
you
then
think
take
our
our,
weaknesses are, and then in your bag, look in your bag. And then you're gonna take 3, because we might have 20, you might only have 3. So that's your S, that's your
all right.
W, and that's your O T. And then when you're finished, you're back over there.
We need a thing, we need some.
I think it's by the bag.
Oh, we do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want us to write this on the statement on that?
No, this is the last one. I'll break it there first.
That's everything on that. Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have to do? We have to
What you think
not only, okay.
Now, are we saying organizational?
Department is, I train Marie.
Okay. So what's this?
Just call me like.
Now, when you might have 15 of them on there.
Is that work?
It's free, that's easy.
Right, right.
You can try some, or you can just
Inflation.
combine and figure out how you.
I can't open this, my fingers count.
All right, and then, so,
All right. So the strengths of our city, great downtown. Great downtown.
Well, it's gotta be internal,
We have a lot of
that,
passions.
I mean,
So they're-
internal, like strength, like with us, we have.
okay, got it. So.
They're all, what do you mean with us, people, with the
Yeah,
people?
with the people.
So again,
Say communities, that might be. Okay.
but the structure of our downtown is a strength, right?
We have a good downtown.
That's,
yeah.
that's what we're gonna write.
Yeah.
So do you want to say downtown?
We need it down.
Lisa Kim's on, if you want to just say hi. Opportunity. She doesn't have.
No, they're dedicated.
What external opportunities do we need? Development, community organization,
Kim, I'm gonna let you work with Joe and Carl, but
yeah.
you're gonna have to wait because they're doing something right now and then.
Yeah,
they'll
like,
reach out to you, okay?
I
She hear me or not?
think she needs to be here. To work.
You guys feel?
With our church.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Opportunities, strong school system. Or good schools, because we need businesses.
Strong.
So we can potentially talk about the and grants and other grant funding, those are outside opportunities that can.
Busy.
Oh, man.
They're beautiful, like a crystal. I remember, that's big too. Like when Christmas, they give you in a box and you had to throw sheets on it.
I think we got enough there. Let's
There,
go.
sheets.
Like there's like how.
Oh, you know what? With debt free. Debt free.
Lack of centralized leadership?
Yes.
Are we debt free?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
All right, so our weaknesses are, I think. Oh.
No. No, you're figuring it out. Leave it in your office.
Yeah.
Weaknesses is like our lack of opportunity for a lot of residents. We don't have a lot of business.
Equitable distribution of.
Okay, so would that be a, right, so with the SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses are internal things, so would that be more of an external?
This is a train station.
What happens for me?
But yeah, I guess it is external, self-external, because we don't really have designs, like you can't go get a job.
Like you're taking videos.
So you don't have.
For their property growth, but then also the properties that do have.
Yeah.
Underutilized. probably. Or underutilized. Yeah, that's why.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's free. And then. We never talked about it, but two items.
St. Ruth.
As to whatever possible, just be for that.
Yeah, like even with people that disagree, a lot of them still have a lot of experience.
You see the picture?
That's good
I
opportunity.
don't think it needs a light.
What's the,
Mayor, is this,
what does the east have?
this is like a citywide thing, so it can touch about anything in the city, whether it be elected officials, specific departments.
Whatever you feel is important, like what our strengths are, what's, like, if you were just doing it. for the
Let's do
department, what would
opportunities.
you say?
So.
Young staff,
Opportunities.
Yeah, young staff. One of our strengths right now is, and I don't know if that would be.
Hey, Mayor, what's the T stand for again?
Threats.
threat,
Right.
One of our opportunities would be here is our recent
Opportunities.
contract
Oh, no.
settlement that can potentially help with retention, so that would be.
pay,
We are open for business.
good contract.
Business friendly.
So think of it in terms of that, but for the city.
This is external.
Okay.
What was that? If you forget, I put that.
We got it, we got it.
Openings.
Like, we have.
Yes.
And you have lower in tax.
We have opportunities on.
Today's your birthday.
With tax incentives.
I don't say it's appreciation, but it's waiting.
I don't think I texted her. No, she got the phone first.
It's her birthday.
That's what I thought. I mean, she got it the other day. She left, well, she was off Monday. She left early, which is fine.
These charges.
She's
Yeah.
Friends.
Well, they was hacking up a line. They're still like, you know, something.
Like a lack of prioritizing.
Yeah.
So, for.
This is the first year.
Activity.
I think they, whenever they're third, doesn't matter, they schedule. We can go quickly, maybe we can do our corporate business.
We still got plenty of people.
Needs to be housing. Be honest with you.
So to counter
An opportunity to
this,
freeze of housing prices.
Oh, yeah, it's a strength.
Lisa,
Yes.
I think is that there
I don't
is-
think this is gonna work for me here. I'm just kind of wasting my time. Just I wanted to, you know, want to be here and see what you guys were up to. But I don't think it's gonna work out at all. I'll be back-
Maybe you can call Joe and Carl on the phone, that would work.
I mean, do they need me there to do this?
So
Joe, you have your phone on?
We don't have a lot.
Oh, Joe.
why?
You don't, it's not, it isn't necessary, I don't think. I think it'll be more of a hindrance to them.
Yes.
Well, if you have ideas what our strengths,
But I'm really easy.
weaknesses, opportunity or threats are, it would be good to put those on.
Okay.
Maybe it would be helpful.
Who is that?
Are there for-
Okay,
External.
Different idea.
So, I mean, inflation, I think that kind of plays into
Specifically.
lack of businesses that they're.
Try it. Is she from, I thought she was the city.
Who's that?
Kim.
Okay.
Yeah, existing.
hello.
You want-
That's Kim.
Is she calling you?
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
You want me to, oh, you want me to call Joe?
Here, we'll-
Yeah, call Joe.
Okay.
If I was talking about Lake City, I would say, drug use. traffic. I don't see that. I don't
That's
see
right,
that
in
as
book
as
there.
much here as I do.
Is your husband?
Too much.
No, no.
Is your husband back?
You guys need another piece of paper in there or what? Need another piece of paper?
You going, so
Doing good, like I said, if this is gonna be more of a hindrance, because I haven't, I just kind of got the gist of it,
Joe.
so, I don't wanna be a hindrance to you guys there.
Squad, and then you can, if you want to add something, you can, okay?
Okay, great.
So what we have going on strengths.
Yeah,
We have
but
downtown.
I don't know whether that's
Structure work out.
all the quality of life issue.
You should have offered
Dedicated
the weakness.
mayor.
No, I can't. Oh, I couldn't.
Diversity.
But.
Diverse.
It's hard to.
Strong schools.
Where's it for all the training?
Is the main intersection. Transit.
Like, there's just not a lot of opportunities.
It is.
No.
High taxes,
in Egg Harbor. You know,
aging infrastructure.
I feel like we got people that have what they need, they have all their stuff, or you're not gonna get your stuff, you know?
Underutilized commercial property.
So
that affected buildings.
an opportunity at this point is, I would say, Right now, we have the public works.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
There's an opportunity to potentially get somebody who, you know,
Opportunity.
not the verdict, but you know, it's like, this is an opportunity
Something
for
happens in that whole town.
Taxes.
council to bring somebody in who is on board with, you know, working hard, whatever the vision for the city is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is just. And people, yeah, and bringing more code.
With the
Or some of
ACs,
those,
EHC,
you know.
EDC.
But
And
that's
then
internal.
housing prices are. Compared to other housing.
Yeah, actually.
And
Internal and
just
external.
working on
Holy.
Oh,
Announcing, there needs to be an whole.
Is threats, so there's a requirements. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. So.
But I feel like part of the city, I feel is very safe,
Yeah.
you know?
Kind of already said that, but that is a threat.
I never like worried about being anywhere in the city.
And then.
Rise of my time, we just throw a sketch.
Yeah, social media goes to perception, so we'll say perception.
Out of the street. Trying to get the doors open.
You know, so I was, given our demographic, and you wasn't sure. Pleasantville. It's kind of similar. On a smaller scale.
I think of the hills. Now, yeah. Like the.
Yeah, I got you.
Can happen.
So long, everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just.
Now, guys, go back.
Any
part.
You know, so you know, other towns.
What housing opportunity? I think is the most important.
Community itself, help the community organization. So like.
I would say we have-
And that you love both part of the.
Is that true?
You love the little.
Alright, so, right, look over, review what you
I
did,
think the opportunity.
and try to pick out 3 you think are most important. We'll still say the rest, I'm not gonna get rid
Now,
of it.
one of the things,
So
is
try to
any
pick
of
out
those
3.
small towns, when you have young people,
So each.
there's always
Yes, you'll have-
what they call the brain drain.
Partnership.
Which
Especially
means that,
coalition.
young people, when they mature,
So.
they graduate college, they move out. So,
We
how do you
need to
encourage
bring a
people
lot
to
more
stay?
Yeah.
He's saying people
Yeah.
younger.
Whether it's.
Your talent, yeah.
Whether it's organizations work together.
Come back and raise their family here, that's what you want.
So how do you say that?
Bring it. That's all under.
Brain drain.
As you're going.
Brain drain.
There's
So
are.
when they go to college. they-
Yeah.
And like, this is a long time ago.
Like good job,
Chief, they're okay.
Yeah.
That was the thing that said-
Yeah. And I look at my grandkids, like, now you get all that,
You said something.
you know?
But so the place we see, like, when the Olympics were these little.
But this stuff isn't really like. It's so much just so,
No,
it's like national,
yeah,
you know?
Business.
but I think that they would,
Specific business.
issue, they will
Yeah.
potentially, they can potentially have here, I think the inflation piece is definitely.
Oh,
Where's that else? So.
No, this is opportunities.
I like lunch, it's like 70%.
Yeah, $28 a month.
So,
I was just thought, I'm so curious to tell you what's last shot.
I just. When you didn't let us participate.
I was going to, but. She didn't want to. She didn't want to come.
We have 4.
You're sick. But you on T left. Did you really want to be on T?
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
you would say low.
Yeah, we have the space.
Yeah.
That was considered a low rate. So I would say.
I think another thread is.
My mom,
Water.
she ordered, I ordered.
That, the guy.
Yeah, probably. Cause I ordered it.
Now it's like-
I just ordered
Close to like 50.
a new sheet reading now. You probably recommended it to her. Which you just.
This.
Appreciate that. Something so.
Could be a strength if you utilize it
And
correctly.
you know, my mom never wants to buy.
Well, I got that.
And we
from
can explain that.
That's why I couldn't send it to her, because I got it
Oh,
electronically, not like a paper copy.
But I don't know how you.
I'm asking, make your week.
Like you-
For sale, we can buy it.
It was called, Sour of Blackfield.
How you making out with your truck?
Are you trying to?
No, I mean, I think.
Let's pass on anything from the federal government.
We're saving, we're right now, we're saving.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm supposed to pay my student loan to. Well, there's
Three of the most important.
Yeah.
All right, well, we gotta get
Yeah.
I'm talking about a lot of stuff, we're saving.
Oh, each one,
John,
okay.
feels like same life. I'm trying to.
Oh.
Three of them.
John.
There's stuff. This movie thing.
Yeah.
And
It's probably
the
better.
potential for more
I think that's
houses.
75.
With that movie place,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have employees, you're gonna have people working there, they're going to need other, like, a coffee shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, just basic kind of,
Yeah, in the drugstore, and,
you know,
Yes,
I agree with
you
that.
know, or even. A lot
I
of
think
things as
John
well
knows
is
what trying to admit.
if they had that movie place, you know.
Carl, would you agree?
close to 10 people,
This one,
the Lowe's
this one.
is in,
And this one would be.
Yeah.
you know, and it like.
Oh,
That's it,
Yeah, I'm
like,
cool with that.
do they really?
Is he in-
You know,
yeah,
so.
Ray Park Township.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just put a little.
How are you guys doing?
Put the little report.
You still working?
We're agreeing on that.
You also need to add employees.
And then
We have that for.
we can make our life taxes, that's gotta be one.
Yeah, we're.
Aging.
So, if you have exhausted your,
Whole state.
Property.
Choices.
Green power.
This is our fourth page.
pick three of each that are, you feel are the most important, we're not gonna get rid of all those.
Underutilized.
Yeah, we need businesses, we need more.
Oh, good. So you need to take three of the strengths that you think are the most important. Okay.
So you got to flex it.
And then, I would say.
So I might be too.
Business friendly, access sensitive.
Stick them on the board.
Up here. You go behind.
Housing prices. Yeah, this,
Okay.
this is like communication. We gotta communicate to people that, hey, bring your business here.
And then tax incentives or grants. We can talk.
Yeah.
If you need another Sharpie as one.
Oh, we're all doing our own,
No, you're supposed to pick them all.
do them as a group.
You guys
Okay.
This is.
decide which are
Yeah.
most top three.
Oh, strength. I think it's passing elected.
Is aging housing stuff. Social media.
Not some of us are a little too passionate.
Rain drain.
We've toned down a bit.
Oh.
Well, no,
So you think
it's
that's
with
a-
the marker, since that's a fat tip, it might be hard to. Yeah.
Well, moving forward, they're gonna need.
You were
to pay your
off on that,
taxes.
man.
Sorry.
You know, so more people buying
And then
houses.
low income stuff.
Like I get paid for lunch instead.
Aging housing stuff.
She makes
Social
some,
media.
like chicken corn powder, like,
Light.
I was gonna do them, I had the wrong.
Yeah, so
We need to pick.
All right. I would have spelled that.
What's the perception?
so you got,
Perception.
you got a correct perception.
And then-
Now you tell me.
Save the ink, because we're all saving right now.
Finally here.
And they tie in together.
Then I guess we're gonna give this one. You're gonna write them all up there?
No, she wants to write them.
Just stick 'em up.
Stick them up.
We got it.
We got it.
Quadrant and then stick them up there.
All right.
Same city.
Yes, that would be my next.
You,
So much.
there's 4 teams here, or 3 teams.
Got that chief.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I didn't.
yeah, they're
know
going.
the Marcella, are you turning the lights on and off?
Does that mean it's time?
I thought I had a tumor.
I thought it was my.
Like, oh, here we go.
Right.
We only got 3.
You're the lead, right?
Are there prices?
You know, these ink pens went right through to the paint.
No, they didn't.
I don't know if they did or not. I didn't look.
We checked.
We still have plenty of paint, it's fine.
Overthink this thing.
No, we didn't. You're good.
Sorry.
Or,
So how did you get, Joe?
yeah.
Oh, now they gotta, you gotta transport it
No,
over
we're leaving
there.
the 22nd. And we won't be back till like the 12th. 11th. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
All right, what are we at?
Now, guys, as you put yours up.
I think
Yeah.
it was actually. Become the pilot.
Or is it very soon?
Like, check some out.
Like, stick it on and what's on. Yeah.
Like, these are like almost the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So you guys got all the same ones?
I think
You got all the same?
these two are kind of.
We got.
Well, they are kind of different. You got like that. And then you have to go to those one. So I think it's two different. But, so really, maybe this and this are the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're not.
Like a lack of unity.
Yeah.
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 No, this is completed to a little bit.
And then.
Yeah, this is your house.
Maybe the first post they get, that gets a couple.
Yeah, that's.
That was an idea. Oh.
You doing this?
Do it, do it.
Participating.
Are you on Zoom?
See? Champ plan.
Well, I was thinking, well, yes, and but I'm thinking in terms of specifically like business administrator or city manager or something like that. Like that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but the question is.
I love it.
And then we only need three now. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to tell like, we think that this city has a lot of.
Right.
We're just right now.
Just a regular practice.
Yeah.
With her.
Good job.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Good.
Funds, a little trial help,
Oh, well, just a little.
$3 million case on construction defect.
Okay.
in Philadelphia. I
This
just
is
wanna.
just the midsection.
There's more, I didn't fill her out. It's too much.
I'm gonna try to.
How are you?
Also, so I wanted to, I didn't think that. She said with elementary. Oh, that's not a lot of them. All right, yes.
Okay, so we're all finished, great. So,
So she's back on, can you hear?
it looks like we only had about 3 that were kind of like the same, and I'll go through the pages, you know. Maybe there are more, maybe you can tell me if there are more.
Okay.
This, location, the one has, roads, transportation, and this one's busy Main Street and intersection, so that was kind of similar. And then for more strengths, which were not really similar to anybody else's, we have them all different, downtown walkable, you know, that would probably go into a page too. We have the lake, we're debt free, see that somewhere else? A variety of enterprise.
Expertise.
Or expertise, sorry, can see with my glasses on, strong schools, safe city, and dedicated, passionate for
Elected officials and employees.
employees,
Yeah,
okay,
we
so,
got that too.
so basically, most of you concur that
We were thinking
this
to do that.
one.
Yeah.
Our location's good, okay, so weaknesses, we have a couple here that are the same, we have abandoned and dilapidated buildings. Underutilized commercial property. High tax rate, here. And then opportunities, we'll go through the rest of negative image. What's that word say? Motion? Thoroughfare?
Oh,
Route 30 eyesores. What's that say? Well, that-
Main
Here,
corridor.
it was the thoroughfare we were talking about.
Main
Oh, main
thoroughfare.
Okay, lack of
30.
centralized leadership. Lack of unity prioritization. That means, well, I think we're trying to do that.
That's what.
Employee retention, okay. So opportunities, redevelopment is viewed as an opportunity. And one says,
Key contact.
key contacts and redevelop, business redevelopment. So then we have the downtown district, that's an opportunity that we can work on. Tax incentives and grants. Outside grants, so that's kind of the thing. Right,
No taxes.
transportation, which we do have a train and all that. Housing prices, that would I would think it would mean affordable housing. Community organizations and partnerships, that would be kind of an opportunity to work with them. So threats, I don't know if there's really any that you agree upon. Demise of casino job, yes, that's been a threat for quite some time. Brain drain, which I've been told means people that, kids that go to school, go away to college and they never come back, they move somewhere else.
Yeah, instead of coming back, raising their families here, bringing their talents back into the area.
And that's sort of commonplace, that's been happening in Big Brother City for.
And then they get on social media and trash my town.
No. All
I
right,
should say.
homeowner to renter ratio, that is a definite. Threat per se, only because if you look into that, not that there's anything wrong with renting, I've rented all my life, till I was in high school, and I lived in a house for 3 years, and then not again until I got married when I was 29. But it does kind of cause a problem with the school system because transient students are harder to educate. That could be one thing that would be a threat.
Well, one of the other things that we were thinking as well is just like quality of life issues, you know, unfortunately, sometimes renters don't. Want to take care of property and depending on who the owner is,
And absentee landlords,
Mhm.
that's bad. that causes a lot of problems. Lack of funding, that I guess would mean we don't have, what, who was this? Greg.
Well, grants and so forth going away.
Right, sure, grants can be going away, as we know. Social media, the perception on social media. And inflation, that's always a concern. Lack of media. Yeah. we don't-
So there's no way to get information on
Right, exactly, I got you. There's no
it, and it
newspapers
continues to
anymore.
get worse.
Mostly if you don't know what page, what real page to look at, you really don't know what's going on. Aging housing stock, yes, absolutely, that's.
I thought you were talking for a minute.
forever. That's why we built.
Still on this one.
And this is part of the reason why Tate did not stay, because we didn't have any
They want to do that.
housing. We didn't have it. Or do they want a condominium? Yeah, we don't have any of that. That's true. And lack of local employment. So that's gotten better over the years, even though, you know, we could still use more, but we do have the law now. We've got, you know, the gas station, the hardware store.
Where's the hardware stuff?
I mean, the NAPA, sorry, the car hardware store. So this is good. So this exercise is just to get you thinking about what we're doing here, because we're gonna try to direct ourselves to, do projects that kind of fit in with this. So it's good for you to know exactly and collaborate with what is going on. So I'm gonna look at this. I'll take some more of those, your suggestions. I'll try to compile them, because we obviously don't have that much time to do all this in one night. But if I had to take away from it, I would probably, just from this information, that our major strength is our town and our community. It's walkable. We have transportation. The taxes and abandoned property, which is more as like a redevelopment issue here. This would probably be somewhat of a redevelopment issue, because the more development you have, the more your valuation is, and the lower your taxes are, right, really. As you know, there's everybody that when we spend $20,000, you have to raise the taxes in 1 cent. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Most communities around us, when you see their percentage, their municipal purpose, or even their whole percentage, you see that it could be 45 cents. I mean, like, and we're talking a lot of money with us, you know? So that's important. And then opportunities, I think redevelopment, and I think these two fit in really well with that, because the strength of our transportation and our accessibility to the community and outside community in Land County would actually fit right nice with that. The threats, you have to look at those again and see which one we really, once I go over the whole paper, I'll see if I can't find some things that are similar. So, that was great. How did you guys feel about doing that? Did you feel it was helpful to get together and talk about stuff, or?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So, like I said, I'll analyze all that stuff, and then our next assignment, which we're not gonna do right now, I'm just gonna talk about it. We were scheduled to have another meeting at the end of February, however, I had to cancel because I cannot make that one. But we're gonna talk about what our corporate vision is. So we have a couple minutes, we have like about 4 minutes. We'll talk about what that is. So a vision statement presents the city council or municipality's ambition for the future. It can be a short phrase or a single paragraph that clearly describes the long-term goals, dreams, aspirations for the city and its communities. A good vision statement is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When everyone shares the visions, vision, employees will adapt the behavior required to make the vision a reality. Vision statement's purpose is to inspire and instill passion in employees, for us, and the wider community to achieve a common vision. So that's a lot of words, but the key is, if you look, it says, what really, what you want to think about is what does Egg Harbor City look like at its absolute best in the future? Absolute, and you don't have to tell me now, but that's, if you want to think about a vision, think about what you want, what the absolute best picture in your mind is of Egg Harbor City. Could be, you know, maybe a train station that you can actually go somewhere, which we talked about already. Instead of Atlantic City, it could be, whatever. Anybody else have any ideas to throw out there? I mean, we don't have to put it down yet.
Well, I'd like to see it downtown,
Yeah,
like Avenue where you would go and hang out.
yeah,
I'd like to see, coffee shops.
Yep.
Little bistros, gastro, pubs, those
Right.
type of things. Like to see some more open spaces,
Yep.
like the, where we're doing,
the green.
yeah, exactly, like more open spaces. Some of these dilapidated buildings that are so run down, I'd rather see them gone and it just be a place to just hang out.
Okay,
There needs to be things to actually come here for.
yeah,
If you think
like
of
a
like
destination.
Mount Holly or some of the other towns
Mhm.
where there's like, you can go there and spend a day doing different
And
stuff.
that could be somewhat what we can incorporate into a branding strategy when we start to brand what we want to bring people here. So here's an example. This is the township of Hamilton, okay? The township of Hamilton strives to be a safe, affordable, diverse, residential, and business-friendly community. Hamilton Township, making life better by supporting and enhancing a safe, healthy, and active community. So it's an active community is kind of like sounds what you were saying, you know? Safe and healthy, you know, things like that. So it doesn't have to be a paragraph. So we have 1 minute left. And I'm not gonna really go over all this. I'll just show you the example I have here. So the mission statement is basically your statement of purpose. Why do we exist? So here's some examples. To provide professional, effective, and efficient services with a collaborative governance model to promote the social and economic development of our community while creating an active and safe environment. Okay, so Tesla, they have a mission statement, and these could be big. Some of them are 3 pages long, or it could be small. To accelerate the world's transition to renewable energy, Starbucks inspire, nurture human spirit, one person and one cup at a time. And these are just not detailed, so I mean, I would think that the one on top would be a little bit more similar to what we did in that part. So there's just some food for thought. I'm gonna stop here and hopefully, by the next meeting, I'll have all that, go over all this stuff and we'll get it all coordinated and I'll show you what. I'll go back to this screen and we'll fill it in on here so you can see it. Anybody else, anybody have any questions or anything? You good?
How many college credits do you have?
Three. I have three, right? Yeah, three.
Test.
All right, so that's that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think people kind of want the best of both worlds. They're gonna want a little bit of, you know, not necessarily hustle, but they want the hustle on the main fair, but then they want the neighborhoods to be quiet.
Yeah,
You know, you want a nice.
I get that.
There's a tree line street for, you know, say it's safe, give you that nice suburban character.
Yeah.
But they don't want to necessarily feel they need to leave their town to go out to get a bite to eat. Something.
Well, my thought is a little, I guess it's similar, a community that's walkable, livable, for recreation. You don't really have to go anywhere. Like, I know me personally, living in Egg Harbor for a long time, and I'm sure most of you have feel the same ways. When I have to go cross over Philadelphia Avenue, I'm going pretty far, you know, it's like, that's too far from me, you know? So, we're just spoiled, we don't know, so, but I think we can make it better.
One of the things that we were talking about is like with this potential movie studio thing, if people are there, like the closest Home Depot is Masseyton or EHT, and if they're building sets and doing stuff like that, they don't wanna have to run all the way out there. They gotta feed people, you know, Gennaro's and Crossroads and the Inn at St. Louis, that they're great, but they're not gonna be able to you know, handle that kind of volume. So like Councilman Dash was saying, like coffee shops,
Right.
sandwich places, you know, so
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of
absolutely.
opportunities. A hard, yeah, like,
And
exactly.
that's some of the things we're gonna talk about on the 19th. Everybody's welcome to come. It's at 6:30. We're gonna talk to, hopefully, some people will show up from Philadelphia Avenue. Even beyond, but, yeah. That's a good point, but unfortunately, one of the weaknesses, I guess you could say, is we're a Pinelands community. We don't really have a big swath of land to build a hardware store, and most of the properties on the pike would suffice, except we don't own them. So that could be a problem. Also, we had this problem before when we tried to get ShopRite in here many years ago. They draw a circle, right, Rick? They just draw a circle, and that's kind of like the radius. They don't really consider that people from Mays Landing will come here. They don't consider that Absecon may come here or not, because I don't think they have hardware anymore. And Absecon, they used to have house hardware, but I think they don't have it. Oh, they do have Home Depot, you're right, way down the road. Malta people would come, I would imagine, so.
I mean, going out towards like Cherry Hill, areas like that, you might have something like that. Trader Joe's or Home Depot.
Yeah.
They have a smaller
Mhm.
clientele, but because they're trendy, they will have people come from
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, from my
Usually what changes it is, it's strange, but it's Starbucks. If you can attract a Starbucks, that's usually like, the sign that it's viable for like Trader Joe's.
Right. So think about these things. I mean, you could do a Google search on a vision statement or a mission statement, get some ideas. But it's a little bit tricky for a municipality because we really exist for our residents. So you might want to think in terms of that when you're thinking about it.
I think you can take advantage of the pike,
Yeah.
so because our intersection is Route 50 and Route 30, you got people coming, both directions,
Yeah.
Well, all four directions,
Yep.
so.
So I often want to question, and I think they have some of the answers, Ryan's not here, but like that parcel of land next to Incolin, is there? I personally think that would be a great place for a hardware store, like Ace Hardware or something. But A, it's a franchise, and B, we don't own the property, so, I
Lisa,
think-
what about Chick-fil-A? Did anyone ever try to reach out to them?
Well, they did, and then Chick-fil-A's a little confused. They confused us with Egg Harbor Township,
Yeah.
and the answer at that time was, why would we put another Chick-fil-A in Egg Harbor?
Yeah, because they already have one, two, they have two.
In Egg Harbor.
In Egg Harbor Township, yeah.
Not here.
And that's where they get confused. And if you walk in, and this is one of my techniques, if you walk into Home Depot, it
Mhm.
says, welcome to Egg Harbor.
Is there any, maybe there's one other thing we can do. Is there any way we could differentiate ourselves a little better? I mean, I don't know, somehow.
Well, that would be a part of the branding exercise that
That's
we
right.
probably want to do with the ETA or.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick's on it, so yeah, we could differentiate ourselves. Like what kind of like what Steve was talking about.
Mhm.
Like places to hang out or.
Oh, that's great.
Things like that.
We could have the mall.
Yeah, exactly.
And like people who are on their way, they don't want to stay.
Yeah.
On the property, they like to come out.
You know what I mean? So, no, I agree.
This-
So Renault would be an opportunity.
Yes,
Did you put that?
I did not, I wasn't even thinking about that.
We have to.
I'll write it up.
We have to.
What's that?
I think,
Sit down.
I think I might be fine.
Don's not.
She told me I couldn't find it.
I think in my car I do.
I need dogs here.
Yeah, I need to grab mine too.
Is the office open? I have to see.
There's a key, if you go in your door, listen to your bat and on the wall, there's.
It's a layer, economic. That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Miami County Economic Alliance, ACE.
Well, that's it.
It's gonna have to wait.
Call this meeting of February 13th, 2025 of Egg Harbor City Council.